Sorry, I am so not prepared, but I should be live. Give me 1 second here. Didn't set up my mic properly. Dumbass. Just trying to make sure I was all ready for this and I forgot about my mic. So can everybody hear me? There it is. I have to do this kind of awkwardly because, looks like my mic is working. I have to do this kind of awkwardly because the beginner's guide, even though it's in windowed mode, it takes up my entire right monitor, so I have to look at my left monitor to do everything, basically. So, where is the stupid thing? There it is. Let me have a little drink here. Cherry-flavored Crystal Light this time. Tastes a little bit like cough medicine. Okay, hi Jenny. Hi Jay. The Beginner's Guide to the Galaxy. It's an intriguing title screen. I know, I love the simplicity of it. The whole game kind of feels like that in a way. Hi Special Iron. Hi Green Fred. Hi, Nutters Incorporated. I'm seeing some people I don't recall from previous streams. That's cool. Okay. My mic is working despite me not setting it up in the beginning. So, this game... I'm not going to say too much. I just want you guys to just experience it for the most part. It's kind of what they call a walking simulator, where... it's not really about, like, solving puzzles or beating bosses or anything like that. You just sort of go through the game and a story unfolds, basically. That's basically what they call a walking simulator is. So, yeah, I think I'll just start. There's plenty of people here, it looks like, so... Hi, Isaiah. Oh, it's too bad you can't stick around. Of course, I always put streams up. I always make them public on Sunday morning, so... Whoops, the chat is overlapping the game a little bit. Oh, actually, I knew that was going to happen. I actually had to crop off the sides a little bit because it's supposed to be widescreen, but I don't really have my stream set up for that very well, so I'm kind of cropping the sides, but I think it should be fine for this game. There's no text in the corners or anything like that. Whew, I've been talking too much. My throat's already... Throat's already tired. Oh, sorry, bumped the mic. This stream might be a little longer than usual, too, because I believe this game is roughly 2 hours. But, you know, it depends on how you play it, I guess. Okay, Isaiah, have a good day at work. Okay, I'm just gonna begin this game. Let me know if it's too loud. I won't be really talking over the guy. Oh, hi 2D Rogue. Wow, people are still coming in. I won't really be talking over the guy because it's kind of important to hear everything he says. So, I wonder if there's an option for text. I don't think there is. No, that would probably not. That would There actually is closed captioning. Should I turn on the closed captioning? I kind of think having closed captioning kind of hurts the experience a little bit. So I'm not turning on closed captioning. Let me know if you can hear the game okay. And like I said, it's okay if it's like at the same, roughly the same level as my voice. In fact, I may turn it up once it starts. Because like I said, I won't be speaking over it. I'll just be speaking in between. Gene Kelly swinging around that lamppost. Oh, there's an old school reference. Think you saw Jacksepticeye play it? Yeah, I think I've heard that he played it and had an interesting reaction. Maybe I should go back and watch that. I don't normally watch Jacksepticeye, but... Oh, you tend to have hearing problems? Well, just let me know, In fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and turn this up a bit. So let me know if, Let me know if it's not loud enough or too loud or anything. Yeah, the audio is very important in this game. Old, but not that old. Oh yeah, wads.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story,
Is this good?
today I'm going to tell you about a
Volume-wise?
series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made.
I love these black ones.
Until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
I'll be able to talk at some point. Oh, actually, I can talk now, it looks like. Yeah, so there are kind of points where there's no talking, so I'll be able to catch up on the chat whenever that happens. Oh, it's going to be a pain if I get behind on the chat, because I'll have to, like, minimize the game to read it. Oh, well. I'll worry about that when it happens. How's the diet going? Pretty well. I've lost like 12 pounds in about 3 weeks. Volume is perfect for voiceover. Okay, cool. Because I don't plan on talking while he's talking, so if it's as loud as me, that's okay. This game, yes, this is made by the same person who made the Stanley Parable. I want to say he said that during the beginning, but I might be remembering wrong. I didn't catch it this time, but... Oh, startled me for some reason.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Sorry, my nose itches. Bad timing.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
This is glass. I like tried to
It kind
walk
of looks
through
like
this
this game
last
was
time.
abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then
I just
clearly
ran out
there
of
are no
ammo.
enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
Oh, was that open before? I don't think it was.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room. Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it. Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper Machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper Machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Sorry, I had my hands full. Sure, why not?
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Kind of feels like an out-of-body experience.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is
See the whole
technically a
map.
glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Yeah, trying to go forward and I can't. Oh, thanks, 2D Rogue. And G.
So try walking backwards.
Had the class play the Stanley Parable for an assignment. That's cool. I haven't played that one, but I watched Markiplier play it. An alien shooter game without aliens. So yes, you can only walk backwards.
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Oh. How very deep. Whoops.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and
Come on.
narrative.
There we go.
It is
The
less
future could
advanced
not be
than the
seen.
previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Oh. Why does the future keep changing? Oh. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Oops. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength?
It's a short little thought.
To
It
confront
says
it is
wants
what
to
it
say,
said.
and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Hi, Craig. Sorry, my throat's already hurting. Oops. Oh. You are now entering.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Hi, Brandon.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Oh, yeah, this one.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Oh. Hi, George. This game is called...
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
I thought he said he was modifying it. How come I didn't... Did I miss a... Oh, I guess I have to click the mouse button. Okay, what game are you playing? It's called The Beginner's Guide. It's made by the same guy who made the Stanley Parable. Ah. Oh. You are a gate. There's too many of these to read all of them, but I'm just trying to read them. Trying to read silently, you
A
all.
room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Ah.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Stand on an X staring at a bear for 3 hours. It's impossible to read all those. Hi, Alexander. Looks like a virtual reality game you played in the 90s, but with better graphics. Yeah, it does kind of feel like that, doesn't it?
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
I played this last week, so I do know how to solve it. What you do is you close the door, and then you...
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. we're gonna see it a lot.
3 dots. I think that's a recurring thing, the 3 dots on the wall. Yeah, I could not figure out that puzzle until he told me originally, so I'm not that clever.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Wow. Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
You are now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
The great and lovely descent. Ooh, that's bright. Hi, Alexander. No, it's not a horror game. It's just kind of supposed to be thought-provoking. I'm doing well. I hope you are too. Watching doggos, that sounds fun. Have you succeeded in the game when you first played it? If you mean the puzzle thing, that puzzle, no, I didn't. Yeah, the chill music is nice. Oh yeah, Markiplier hasn't really done a stream in a while. Okay. Yeah, there's literally only one place you can go.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Oh.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Ah. Oh, that didn't work. Damn. I think I managed to catch myself a lot more last time I played. I guess I thought I could fall to my death, but I guess that doesn't really happen in this game. Yes, Alien Nation is on Tubi. I didn't realize when I originally talked about where to watch it, but yeah. 2 golden retrievers to your right and a chocolate lab to your left. Aw. Hi, doggies. Going straight to Tubi after the stream. After a screening of Jurassic Park and Jaws last night, I was walking behind a family with a little boy no more than 6 who said the shark wasn't a real great white, but a megalodon they made smaller. That's funny. Well, if it's smaller, then it's not a megalodon, is it? But it's a kid. Oh, okay. Ah, I didn't realize these were stairs. Yeah, this game's actually a little creepy. Yeah, this isn't a horror game, but I did get jump scared at some point. I don't remember when. Might have been somewhere in this game, but I'm not sure. I guess I'll go this way? I guess I'm not supposed to go that way. Or this way. I guess I'm going this way.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else.
Smart ass.
Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Seems like Coda's kind of a smart ass. Maybe. Walking around someone's house when we suddenly end up in Tron space. Yeah, I love that. There's no transition or anything, and suddenly it's just colored blocks. Yeah, the ambiance is really good and it does feel kind of creepy. I wouldn't call this a horror game, but yeah. I turn into Doom at some point. Had a dream about being greasy. Someone gave you a stack load of money and they... I don't entirely understand that. I think you left a word out. I don't think I can go this way.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
This is a fun, recurring thing.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
You there, did you come from up above? What was up there? Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there were these floating colored blocks. That goes for all of them, really, but I'm gonna go with the prison one. I can't use the... There we go. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzle. I'd prefer not to tell you. After all, we only just met. I hit 1. Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. See, none of these really apply, so I'm going to go with 3. Oh no, but I do. We do. We need to get there. Do you understand? It's the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you, there is nothing I want more. And a door opened up that wasn't opened before. I like these little... Looks like there's like a heater or something there. You can get stuck in doorways kind of easily. How did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, I've been right here this entire time. I'll be honest. No, we actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Why would I care about the black space between the doors? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. I don't recall a space between the doors. I'll go with 2. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. Narrow doorways that I get stuck in. Bah.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
There's the lamppost. I like all the detail around here. It looks pretty cool.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
This was in the way of the chat, so I needed to pick it up and move it, but I thought I would play with it a little bit. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Okay, let me get caught up on the chat real quick. Oh no, I can't scroll up. Okay, hang on. Alt tab. Oh wait, Alt tab. There we go. Hopefully it won't crash. I want to say that happened before, but oh no, that was a different game, I think. So it should be fine. I've never seen this. What have I missed? This is called The Beginner's Guide, and you're essentially being walked through a bunch of short games that were made by somebody, and there's a narrator kind of explaining things and giving his opinions on the games. So these are all the game snippets that Coda never completed. Yeah, that's the idea. Oh, so you had a dream that somebody gave you a lot of money and then you woke up poor. Yeah, I've kind of had dreams. I've had dreams where I was disappointed when I woke up and realized it wasn't real. How are your pets? My cats are good. Sol is being super affectionate today. He keeps flopping over on his back and showing me his tummy. Hi, Sod. I love it when games have nice little touches like that, yeah. This game is making me uncomfortable, but I can't put my finger on why. Yep. Maybe it's the dream-like, nonsensical atmosphere. It's a really weird dream. I love that about it. Those wood-paneled corridors remind me of the basement to Donna's house in Resident Evil Village where you meet the disgusting baby monster. Nice area of the game. Oh, sorry to hear that, Nutters Incorporated, but thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Jenny's got a good channel. I wonder if Agent 47 is going to show up here. Yeah, I know. That's one thing about when Markiplier streams. He gets so many... He doesn't even really read most of the messages because they just go by too fast. Oh, my throat's sore already. That's not good. Okay, let me figure out how to... Oh, there we go. That wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Well, not like I thought it would be hard, so... Okay, remember, the text at the beginning says, this game, is connected to the internet, and all the messages you see are left by previous players. Nice room, not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working.
He grew
on
up in
this very
Sacramento?
well.
Holy
It
shit.
was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
I'll admit, when I first played this game... So I played...
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Okay, so if he'll shut up for a second.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection.
Oh my god.
I felt as though he was inviting me personally.
Wow, that
into
was a
his
message.
world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Okay, maybe if I stop moving, he won't say anything for a second. I just want to point out, I played this game for the first time a week ago, and even though he says in the beginning that these are not, you know, messages left by other players, I kind of got so caught up I almost forgot, because a lot of these things feel like things that like people would randomly post on the internet, you know, cool caverns, bro. We're running out of space soon, we will suffocate. Like really silly random things that just feel like people would say on the internet, you know what I mean? Too many messages in this area. So he adds one more, that kind of shit. Hey, I can type here, you know, I don't know. I guess I'll read that one. I'm not trying to read all these. Guy over there wrote much wrong. I'm not trying to read all I'm not even gonna attempt to read all these because there's so many, but I just kind of read all the ones that are in my path. Hello. I hope I'm not backtracking. I don't think so. Can you guys hear me? Okay, let me get caught up on the chat real quick. Thanks, Alexander. I don't know why my throat's so sore. It's not anything serious. I think I've just been talking too much. Did the game designer pass away, or did he just give this guy permission to do this? They'll kind of tell more about it towards the end. It's an ongoing story about his experience with this guy. Okay, Craig, thanks for stopping by. Messages are scary. He's hoping that Coda will learn about this and get in touch, I think. Yeah, it seems that way. Haha. Now, the Sacramento Zoo isn't that great. It's not as good as other zoos I've been to, but I keep meaning to go there before I move out of here. Keep meaning to go again, rather. I've been there before, just not in a long time. Imagine if there was an area filled with only too many messages in this area. Thanks for stopping by, Jackie. I don't think I caught that message before. 7 days. Oh yeah, I'm drinking plenty of water. Soon messages will say her name. Now that would be trippy. Okay. I think, whoops. No point to this. How do you beat this game? Nice room, not. Oh, whoops, did I back? Oh, I backtracked. Oh no. Well, crap. Okay. Not read so many messages this time. I feel really dumb about that. Can I step off this and save myself a little time? Good. Which way are you supposed to go? I'm sure I've been up here already, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I went up there. Trying to not read any messages because it gets me off track. Oh, this is the way I was supposed to go. What the shit is this cavern? Boring. I can assure you, guaranteed, that there is an acorn somewhere here in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. Like, this is the kind of random shit people post on the internet, so this feels weirdly like, I don't know, realistic. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. I refuse to believe. Butt-ass butt. And then you see somebody typing something random like that. It really feels like different people type these to me. I don't know if I'm just weird, but I need to go to the frickin' bathroom. Recognize me, please. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. I'm way too amused by this. A free t-shirt. Guess I'll read all the ones in here since there aren't that many. Makes game, includes door, cannot open door. Thanks. Open sesame. Door how open. Did I read that one? Need other sword. Need other side door, why you so? Someday I will meet the person who made this. And kick their ass. I feel like that was implied. I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. Yeah, and then you have people being weirdly honest like that. New room. Do you hear the chimes? They keep going, don't they? I'm just gonna read the ones that are in my path. It's not very crowded here. Don't bother. This is where I get off. I failed to write anything here. Stop, turn back. Proceeding further will only result in misery. Oh, I missed that one. What is that painting? Very good game. I guess I get to it this way. I know at some point I do get to go right up against that painting. This is a note? Don't listen to the other notes. Okay, Brandon, thanks for stopping by. I am in hell, help me should appear, yeah. That would have been a nice reference. Yeah, invisible walls, I always hated that. I liked your monsters videos, yeah, that would be. Have you ever played Bound, where you play as a fantasy ballet dancer moving through a surreal world? Oh, I think I've heard of it. Speak friend and enter. Just hope you don't find a message that says it wasn't snow, it was ash. Ugh! It's a very trippy game. Each brick is a person. I'm not safe. Wow. That actually reminds me, I was watching a video about Centralia, Pennsylvania, and the person making the video mentioned that it was based on that Silent Hill games were based on Centralia, and I was like, oh god, not that again. They weren't, for the record. The movie was, the games were not. But everybody thinks the games were because of the goddamn movie. Stop faking it? It's kind of interesting getting up really close to this painting. You can see that it's all dots. I kind of like it, honestly. From up here, it just looks like dots. Yep. We will all die someday. It's curious what people who look like they're looking at the painting are saying. Devil Tower Star. It looks weirdly like you're in a gallery and these are the people looking at the painting. You ended up binging through my Alien Nation videos. Now you're curious about Alien Nation and V. They're both really good. Yeah, that game seems familiar. I want to say maybe I saw Jim Sterling talk about it a while back. I thought Silent Hill was based on Kindergarten Cop. The painting looks like a scene from Bound. That's interesting. When people say the snow is ash in Silent Hill, I know. A lot of weird little towns that have a Silent Hill vibe. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. I know I'm wasting a lot of time reading a lot of these, but I just think it's too interesting. Well, I'm here now. You never know what they're going to say. Sometimes it's something deep or thoughtful into something like, I have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, we're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
This makes me feel weirdly inspired to make games. I wish there were notes in the real world. Become one with the spiraling nonsense.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Oh, you can't walk off the edge. I was being all careful, but you really can't walk off the edge. It turns out. Oh, these are... No, those aren't walls. I'm dumb. Now, here we go. There's the puzzle again. Oh my god, I've been here for literally an hour. What the fuck do I do? Help. Shit, how do you solve it? This doesn't make sense. The second door won't open. Developer answers, please. Help. Maybe I read that one already.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment. A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Guys, it's not so bad in here. My arm is itchy. How do you leave notes? This is some surreal shit coming up. Not that it wasn't already, but look at this. What does it mean? Are you there? Please say something. It could be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much... Oh. Porn stars die
Okay,
too.
this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own
yeah,
wheels
this one
for a
is
few
weird.
minutes. Hang with it.
Okay, let me get caught up real quick. Oh, as in Mila Jovovich. Silent Hill takes place in Pennsylvania. Don't you know that? Oh, God. My favorite message was I like turtles. Actually, that's the only unrealistic thing about the message. 90% of them would have been, like, internet memes. Also, there probably would have been racial slurs. Unless it was, like, moderated somehow. Painting almost looked like a magic eye. This means we'll be seeing an Abadox remake soon. I've been working on it, just kind of a little bit at a time. What I really need to do is go back into 3D Max and work on the model of the main guy, but there's so many details on him, excuse me, that it's a little bit daunting. Went to let the dogs out. What did I miss? Some surreal stuff in some short games. Guy sounds like a wannabe psychologist. Yeah. I was actually starting to forget that the messages were all pre-written. Good, it's not just me then. That was my reaction when I played it last week. I almost forgot. Because they feel so organic, I guess. Was that last room a take on the Infinite Monkeys and Typewriters gag? Oh! Could be. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Oh, and they made the mother the main character in Silent Hill film, duh. Okay. What do I do? Oh. This is cool, actually. I love the way this wall looks. The glowy bits and everything. Some of the aesthetics in this game are actually pretty cool.
See, like, this is it. The whole game.
I'm
And
in the
there's
well.
nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason,
Make myself
Coda gets
dizzy.
really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over,
Oh, I
use
can't
the
get
same
out.
assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Oh, furniture. Oh, what furniture ought to go in the center of the room? Oh, okay. How about a TV with surround sound, refrigerator, put a giant hole in the ground? Let's go with 3. Ah, I remember how this works. Okay, now what about along the wall of the room? Let's put a huge picture of a horse. Yes, no matter what you select, he just puts the furniture that was there before. Think we should light up this room a bit. I'll go with skylight. Lamp. And a table. You need a table. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. Tables were invented in 1935. I'll go with 2.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Oh, glass.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
I hate when it's a completely white screen. It always, like, blinds me for a split second. Hello, please walk forward. Oh, okay. I was trying to look around, but... Ha! Either of these is forward, I guess. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. There's those 3 dots again. Now what? Oh, now turn the floor lamp in this room off and then turn it back on. Now go to the left side sofa, move it over a little. Oh, finally touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Oh. Return.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons.
This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Okay, let me get caught up real quick. Oh, thank you, John. Hang on, I don't have my, I'll tab. There we go. Make sure I didn't... Okay, I didn't miss any. Make sure I didn't miss any, donations or anything. Still salty about Gant's reasoning for that change, but what's done is done, yeah. Digging the minimalist aesthetics of that game, yeah, it was pretty cool. It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Put a big jar of green olives in the room. Yeah, a horse would have looked nice in there. Reminds you of the movie Ex Machina aesthetically. Interesting. I haven't seen that one, though. It makes some really nice rooms, even if they do lead to the Matrix. The real prison was inside you all along. Earth is prison. Okay. Excuse me. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escape the prison. You are me? So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in the furniture maze. Yep, I was in the...
conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Oh, you know, I thought there was no text to be cut off, but it looks like you can still read the text. It's kind of behind the chat a little bit, but... Yeah, I forgot there was text in this game. Sorry about that. I hope you can read it okay. That's where I am right now. Oh, I'm so glad to know I get out eventually. What's it like to escape? Actually, I'm already forgetting what being in the prison was like. It's strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in that prison. Feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. I'm gonna go with 1. Really? How long has it been since you got out? Years. Like, I've been standing right here working up the nerve to call you. Only a few minutes, but somehow it's already fuzzy, kind of like it never happened. I'll go with 2. But this is the worst, most desperate thing I've ever been through. How could you possibly forget it? Haha, I promise it's not as bad right now as you think it is. You don't ever forget it, you just stop identifying with it. Anything can seem infinite when you're drenched in it. I guess I'll go with 3. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Yes, I did get a call. That's how I escaped. I'll go with 2 this time. I think I went with 1 originally. What did they tell you? What did you have to do to get out? All they told me was to be sincere. They asked me how I felt about being in prison. They just talked to me for a while. What should I go with? I went with 3 before, but honestly, I kind of like that answer. I'll just go with 3. Feels right. What? That freed you? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Just talk to me, it will make sense. I'll go with 1. Okay, I can talk. Let's just talk for a bit. Will you be here? I will be here for as long as you need.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Okay. Bill and Ted's phone box. Your foster parents are dead. Lamppost was best antagonist I've seen yet. Sort of the way dreams sometimes play out. You sort of segue your way into something else without comment. Yeah, they are like that.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Just for the hell of it. See what happens if I try this other door first.
Just so you're aware, nothing will happen up here until you've been inside the house.
Ah. Yeah, I don't think I even noticed that, that door when I first played. And after I got past this part, I was like, okay, where do I go? Ooh, it's so cozy in here. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy
You'll
homes.
notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Are we cleaning this whole place is the one I'm gonna go with. That's the story, little one. Oh, don't you worry now, we'll be through this mess in no time, I promise. You'll wish there was more. Why don't I finish up here in the meantime? Could you please clear the table? Clear the table. Much nicer, that's the table I want to see. Now would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? Nope, I don't know why I hit backwards. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? All the little details matter. How did you end up doing this job is what I'm gonna go with. A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have got some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Oh, speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come out and straighten these pillows here? Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Oh. Oh, I keep hitting the back button. Wash dishes. I wish it was that easy in real life. Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to be perfect, we're all just human. But what if I want it to be perfect? Scrub the tub. Are there still books scattered on the floor in the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Couldn't have told me with that when I was in the bedroom earlier. Oh. Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes
After
off
the
the
intense
table?
set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
I've noticed that the cleaning is looped, so I'll say, do these chores ever end? Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have absolutely got to own it, otherwise it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future
I know
you?
that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was, like, grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
That's future Spike's problem. Present you wants to smooth out the rug in the bedroom, believe it or not. Trust me on this one. Looks like the tub has gotten rather dirty. Would you mind tidying it up a bit? Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Heh, don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I'm gonna go with 3, but there's a bit of truth to it, because I do think that's a good quote. Anyway, so, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books, would you please clean up the books? Thanks. My hand cramps up, having to hold these
I'm
buttons.
glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
Oh goodness, those pillows on the couch are a real mess. Would you go over and straighten it up a bit? Can't have these folks coming home to a messy couch. Or itch. Question.
But, of course, it can't last.
Yeah.
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
I want to leave. It's so cozy in here and it's snowing outside. Fine. Can't clean anymore, so might as well leave. Oh, you've played this one before, Gonzo? I think most people in the chat have, like, never heard of it. This game made many people go insane. Michael Myers is going to show up. Has Coda ever considered going into architecture? That would be interesting. Even The Sims take longer to do things than this. block bots for Mega Man Legends. Oh yeah, I think I remember those. When do you get a gun? Had a gun earlier. I don't think I get another one. Who's a sadist who keeps messing your chores up right after you complete them? just like real life. I wonder if a poltergeist keeps messing up the place after you clean it. I like that. Street lamp.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
I was gonna see how far I could go, but...
This one gets a bit goofy.
Oh yeah. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? I see. Why do you know who's so well developed as a person that they make fuck? Compared to whom you feel useless. This wording is weird and it's hard for me to... Selfish, ungrateful, I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp, and the question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly.
Halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Easy, it's so easy. Being perfect is effortless. Now you've switched perspectives and you're the speaker.
And you play as the teacher.
Yeah.
Suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Unfortunately, I have to go to the bathroom, so let me go and do that really quick. I'll get myself some more water while I'm at it. Be right back. Sorry, I had to stop for a minute and rub Soul's tummy. He's being a big, needy butt. It was a must-buy after the Stanley Parable and completely demolishing the expectations I had upon playing. Yeah, I can see that. I actually bought this game like a couple years ago and I couldn't get it to run, and I was really frustrated because I was hearing everywhere about how great it was, great and unique it was, but I couldn't fucking play it, and it seemed that at some point it was updated and like the updated version wouldn't play. And I guess they updated it again at some point because I have this new computer and I decided, what the hell, I'll try running Beginner's Guide and see if it works, and surprisingly it did. Must be the same guy who removes the corpses in Resident Evil whenever you leave the room. Are you tired of hurting the ones you tolerate? Yeah, he never cleans up Chris's blood. Suddenly we're in Beyond Two Souls. The portal is sucking my soul out. Yeah, I love that I ended up leaving during this part. You guys had to stare at that for like 5 minutes. Don't touch the portal while I'm gone. Screams of fear really sell the mood. Who else remembers the Philadelphia experiment? Not sure what that is, or I don't remember. Cats always take priority. Do they ever? Belly rubs are so satisfying to give to precious pets, yup. Especially when they have big tummies that are fun to rub. Say hi to the Eye of Sauron. Okay. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? On the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to the society. Kids should not follow their dreams. I'm gonna go with 3. That one feels the most appropriate. Feels the most realistic. Well, let me tell you right now, this isn't effortless. Then it's not the right answer. If it isn't effortless, it's not the right answer. I still love you, it's just that you made me feel cold in the inside. Being alone must be awful. I'm gonna try to keep picking ones that sound like they're supposed to be part of the speech. So it's interesting that 3 is highlighted but the other 2 aren't. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you are torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. I'll go with 3. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. I'm gonna keep picking the highlighted ones, I guess. Haha, just kidding. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? There is no truth, there is no path. What if I'm not a good teacher? Do what is easiest, do what is simplest, feel what is true. Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room, look out! Okay, I have to pick 3. Nothing, no one. It's coming for you, it's going to destroy you. Everyone, run, run! I'll say put 1.
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
I like the carpeting.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Philadelphia Experiment was a time travel film. Oh, from the 80s. It features a portal in the sky that goes into the past and is violently sucking air out. Ah. So how is this game? Good, bad, or meh? I mean, this is my second time playing it, so I obviously like it, but I'm curious what other people think. I wonder if there were other lesser-known structures in Middle-earth dedicated to Sauron, like Elbow of Sauron or Abs of Sauron. Spleen of Sauron. It's different. 42. The answer is always 42. The Mouth of Sauron. What kind of game is this? Comedy walking sim or sad walking sim? I guess I would go with... I don't want to say sad necessarily. It's more like introspective walking sim. Let me see what Soul's doing really quick. I was thinking of picking up Soul and bringing him over here, but he looks comfortable, so I'll leave him alone. Okay. I hear those same couches and the same shelves again. That's actually not that weird, though. I know some of David Zemansky's games reuse assets, so it's not an odd thing for indie developers to do. Stage. I wonder if there's anywhere else I can go. Probably not. There's a ladder, but I'm guessing I can't go up it. Ah! Oh, I'm on the stage anyway, I guess. Fuck! There's the jump scare! Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. Oh, I'm behind it. Good, stay right there. A woman across the room, in this chair, is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello, sorry I have to leave. Where's the bathroom? Go with hello. Hello, that's it? Well, I mean, was I supposed to say, where's the bathroom? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. I like you. Here are all of my hopes and dreams. 2? All of these are bad choices. That's the point. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of this conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Huh! I'd rather bounce around with the cones. Okay, fine. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. I bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? 1? You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was writing on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. I would be more than happy to. Oh, whoops. Oh, and there's the... Hi, street lamp. Okay,
The game
yes, now
ends
this
with
is
this
working. This is
eerie
what it was like.
premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect.
It's
To
hypnotic.
connect with this person. To bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Mobius trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Okay, let me see if I can check the chat really quick. Yes, surreal walking sim, that works. Okay, 2D Rogue, thanks for stopping by. Now it's a Black Swan sim. Yes, I got scared by the stage lights. It's so fucking loud and sudden. I'm sure it's extra funny because I had my hand on the mouse and I was like, ugh! Everything got all jerky. Shoot me like you shoot one of your French animals. Pretty sure I've had dreams like this. Whoops, God. Let me not knock over my water again. That was a disaster last time I did that. Everybody left the chat for some reason. It was weird. Pretty sure I've had dreams like this. A lot of this game does have a weird dreamlike quality. Lens flares. Yeah, because the first time you see that in a game, it's like, whoa, how do they do that? It's just a little flat. Flat image, usually. At least in Silent Hill they are. Where's the cyber demon? Still cleaning the dishes. Lens flares are cool but annoying. Yeah, they sure can be. Hi, Toaster Spoon. Hi, Alexander. I mean, hi again, rather. I knew you were here before. I just had a brain fart. Okay, keep your eyes closed. Oh, fuck this one. Help, I'm blind. This one's weird. I'm not even sure how I beat it. There was a door and then my vision went black. Please, someone talk to me. Please tell me how to solve this. Please don't let this be forever. Go with 2. Oh. Now, this is a game where you can actually die. So...
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Oops. You actually don't talk to anybody, you just go as quick as you can. It's to speak something that is honest. I am... Oh, fuck. Okay, go, go, go. I should have moved more quickly. I wonder if I could have used that other... well, I'm just wasting time, aren't I? Actually, can I use this elevator? That's okay, I know I'm not gonna win this time. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. I'm, 2. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it, that's the truth. I didn't expect to beat it that time. I wasted some time there.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then, even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
We're going to be okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Okay. Yeah, it was just you and Ashtray Decay. Everyone but you and Ashtray left for some reason. Oh, we have such toast to show you. Hi, Mr. Roboto. This is called The Beginner's Guide. It's made by the same guy who made the Stanley Parable. It's basically like a series of short games that he's showing us that his friend made. Keeping your eyes closed, funnily enough, is not a great video game strategy. I drank black coffee and forgot that I had milk FML. Yeah. Looks like Saints Row. The Borg are attacking. The burgers are opening fire. Don't talk to anyone, proceeds to talk to someone. Well, I was trying to remember how to do it. It's more like don't talk to those people in the beginning because it just wastes time. I forgot that you do eventually have to talk to somebody. Houston, we have an indie game. Can you pause the game? No. Okay, hello? This one is interesting. Where did this island come from? How do I get out of here? Hello, is anyone there? Where did this island come from? Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I'm completely out of ideas. When I try to create, I feel empty. I have nothing left to give to my work. Oof. I'll go with 3. Feels like that's where this is going. Oh no. What happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Oh, that text is cut off on the side. Sorry, you guys. I guess I didn't. Are you guys okay with not being able to read that text? I am able to read most of it out loud, but would you rather I just made the whole thing smaller and had a space on the top and bottom? Okay, I don't want too much randomness in the chat this time because I really want people to talk about this game. And if you're just going to be random, I'm not... I'd prefer you not do that this time. Please. Mommy Island and a Daddy Island love each other very much. The tree is talking hope, but it's not a last unicorn tree that traps you in it. Whatever. It's fine like this. Anyone seen New Lost in Space series? Nope. Okay, since nobody's complaining, I guess I'll leave it this way. Oh yeah, I mean, it does look confusing. If I shrink the screen, you might not be able to read it. That's a good point. Yeah, I totally forgot that there was ever text on the screen in this game. I guess I was thinking of the earlier levels. Okay. Okay, what's happening? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. I'll go with 1. I forgot every time I talk, a path opens up. Duh. That's cool. I like the design of this level. It's really weird. Oh, wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. What? You have to take me to it? I need to see it to know why it stopped. I'll go with 3.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Okay. I can take you to it, but there's a problem. It's guarded by a difficult puzzle. If you can help me solve the puzzle, we'll find the machine. Deal? Deal, or it doesn't matter what I say, does it? We're going to end up there one way or the other, right? 3 is definitely true. Oh, it answered with deal. That's funny. Oh, I'm a cool lady, thank you. Okay, Hershey, thanks for stopping by. Oh, okay, Mr. Roboto, thanks for stopping by. He left kind of quick, but oh well. The background is like misty and foggy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Damn it, everybody's leaving. Thanks for stopping by, Sod.
Because from my perspective at the time, and
Oh.
just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Okay. Here's the puzzle. What do you think? Hey, I recognize this. I've solved this puzzle before. This is easy. I'll go with 2. Oh, wonderful. Can you tell me how to do it? Why not just let me do it? First, you have to close the door. First, you have to open the door. First, you press the switch on the inside. Yeah, first you open the door. Okay, now what? Now you have to close the first door. Now you have to open the first door. Now you press the switch on the inside. Now you have to close the first door. Alright, we're back outside. Oh, you press the switch inside? Let me just see that and see what it says. I wonder if I can just do it. Yeah, look, let me show you. Oh, I can't do it. Okay, you have to open the door. Oh, there we go. I see. Now you have to close the first door. Okay, I thought it was just talking to the thing. I didn't know. Now press the switch. Okay, okay.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
That was so simple. I can't believe I never solved this before. I probably don't need to read the text in the middle, but I will anyway. Oh, shit. Okay, here we are. Oh. This is just, oh, I forgot I have to read all this. That sobbing sound sounds like it's from a Silent Hill game, but I'm not sure which, and I'm not even sure if I'm correct there. What are you talking about? There's no machine here. These are just words on some walls. I'll say 3. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay, making games is simple. Sure, making games is easy. Alright, making games is effortless. Okay, making games is simple. Ah, that feels wonderful. But it wasn't true. Why did the walls just crumble? Why did I feel so awful when I said that? I'll say 1. Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. I am constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. It is easy. It never stops being easy. 3.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Every time I make something, I feel better about myself. Just never stop creating and you'll never feel bad. It's such a simple solution. Yikes. I'll go with 1. That seems to be what they're looking for, maybe. It probably doesn't matter, to be honest, but... Perfect. That feels fantastic.
And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
None of this is helping. I'm going to vomit. Please, where's the machine? I'll go with 3. Patience, you have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please continue. Pain breezes effortlessly off me. Any sacrifice made for my work are 100% of work... Oh, sorry. Any sacrifices made for my work are worth it 100% of the time. It always pays off eventually. I'll go with 3. Again, it probably doesn't matter, but I'm trying to pick the one that feels the more.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yes, more. Keep going.
I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
There is no shame, no fear, no guilt. I will be saved by my work. I believe this unquestioningly. I am a vessel for certainty. I'll go with 3. I like that one. Ooh. Incredible, that's it. I'm free. Jeez.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Okay, I think I should be able to read the chat for a bit. Gee, I wonder how we're going to get through this door. Playing a backseat gamer. Okay, so you have to dialogue tree through that door, pretty much. There was a hole here, it's gone now. You're thinking of Silent Hill 4 when Eileen is attacked. Oh, it is in Silent Hill 4. That's right, the woman. That's where that sound... I mean, I don't know if that's the sound, but it sounds just like that. I knew that was from some Silent Hill game, but I couldn't place it. But yeah, that is Silent Hill 4. These are just words. Leaning into the psychological aspects here, I like it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Coda clearly wasn't in a good place. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. I intend to be quiet. I intend to be brutal. I'll go with quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Oh god. Like someone had some anxiety about making games for people.
And of course, it's the machine.
Look around for a second. Welcome to the machine. Okay, you stopped. You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. I'll go with 2. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? I'm gonna go with 2. So here's what needs to happen. You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. I've been so alone. I'll go with 1. No, nothing. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. I have seen the thing you fear. I'll go with 2, I guess. Alright then, I will speak to them for you. Okay, let me get caught up on the chat really quick. Feared. Oh. It's the same. It's the same crying sound effect. I thought it was. Tried to send a donation with a cute gift, but keeps getting details wrong, so Patreon might be better. Oh. How come you don't have join on YouTube? It's because I already have Patreon, so I just don't feel the need to have both.
You can step back out the door you came in through.
I know. I don't see any dolphins here. More Ex Machina vibes, at least thematically. Damn, just caught the end. Well, it's not quite the end. I actually don't remember how much further this game has to go, but I am getting close to the end. I'm probably going to go a little longer than usual, because this game is roughly 2 hours. But, you know, this looks interesting AF. This is the beginner's guide. It was made by the same guy who made Stanley Parable. They're all holding microphones. This is intimidating as hell. Like, I know they're not going to hurt me, but... Woof. Okay. My followers or my friends? I'm going to take the friendlier approach and say, my friends! It falls on me to deliver bad news, or I have a troubling revelation. I'll go with 1. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. I'm gonna go with 1. I'm trying to be diplomatic here. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. I'm gonna go with 1. It sounds more positive, I think. Let's pay it retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures. I'll go with 2. Follow me, we will destroy the machine, or follow me, we will destroy everything that the machine has created. Destroy the machine or destroy what the machine has created? I'll go with 1. I think I went with 2 last time, and I wonder if it's any different. Nope. Oh. These fucking lights better not pop on again. Oh. There you go. Now we get to blow up everything. That floor needs mopping. Someone find me my credit card so I can donate properly. Democracy. The machine will not...
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I
Try all those
realized
typewriters.
that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Hmm. The machine will not apologize for making us start over every time we're killed by the Vortex Queen. Rage against the machine, yeah, oops, oh.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinion. And the great part is that they really loved his game. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down your weapon. Doesn't look like I can put it
Can
down.
you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt
Sorry.
like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem.
I can't move, unfortunately.
When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Trying to rest my hand a little bit in between games. The tower sounds foreboding to me somehow.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant.
Yeah.
It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Yeah, it looks I was about to say it looks foreboding too.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh. What?
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible.
Oh.
And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really
God.
miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Okay. Let me get caught up here really quick. Positive words juxtaposed with violence, very nice. Some of the hallways make me think of Mirror's Edge. Oh, yeah, I think I can see it. I haven't, I never really played Mirror's Edge myself very much. Oh, there's numbers. 128, 128. 128, 128. I don't know what that... Oops! I didn't know I could fall off. Usually you can't in this game. I guess the idea was the bridge was added afterwards, so I didn't have that kind of... I've never seen a game that captures loneliness and depression so completely, I know. Reminds me of Black Tower from Doom 2. Master level is a level that openly hates you, except no demons here, maybe mental ones.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned the house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
151617. Well, I got the first number. One. Oops. Ah. I keep hitting it one too many times. Because I'm impatient and there's a little bit of a delay. I'm pretty sure the next number was 1, but let me just 151617. 1516. Okay. I just 1 7. Oops. That's kind of cool. I like how you can see more steps way in the distance. Like, it's really a feeling of how big this place is. Oh, guess I'm falling in the hole.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Invisible walls are annoying enough. Invisible walls that teleport you back to the start are pretty much the definition of hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would have been funny if that was the code. What year is this game from? I think 2015, I think? I need to change the combination on my luggage.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
Can I fall? No, I can't fall. Good.
I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
Oh, that was a Spaceballs quote. Look at all those stairs and everything, jeez. Oh. Oh, thank you, Toaster. Makes you wonder why he made the rest of the game if you can't actually go through the door. Yeah, it's pretty weird.
I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
It's weirdly hypnotic looking out, looking out at all of that. All those stairways. I guess it reminds me a little... It makes me think of... Vaguely makes me think of Labyrinth. Toward the end there, with all the MC Escher bit. I hope I didn't backtrack. I'm pretty sure no, I didn't. You know, this is pretty good level design in that it, I can't really backtrack on accident, because even though it's just the same...
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
I was gonna say, despite everything technically kind of looking the same, like... That's interesting, those little 3 glowing things. Everything looking the same, it's actually very hard to, like, get lost and backtrack. Of course, granted, it's a very linear path. Maybe I'm giving it too much credit, but... What's you and Lee's goal for a moving fund? We don't really have one right now. We haven't found an exact place yet, so. Look at all the objects floating in the background. Makes me think of the ending to Labyrinth. Oh, that's funny. I just said that. I have a feeling this will end badly. The narrator indicates it. My psychic. No, I've just played Labyrinth a lot. I mean, watched it, played it. Oh, I think that's just an alternate path. Oh, thank you, George.
Where did I screw up?
I guess I always take the right path. Here we go. Things are going to get really interesting here. Oh, my hand's cramping up. Dear Davy.
I am the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Yeah, I'll just let you guys read this stuff because it kind of ruins the mood, I think, if I read it. And it's very large text, so it should be easy to read. It's very slow moving at this point, so...
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
Oh, thanks again, George. Or, no, that's the same one. I'm dumb. Why do I get the zombie one for Super Chat? I'll have to go and fix that. I love the idea of making a game just to, like, tell someone to shut the fuck up. When is the big move? Sometime in October.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
If there was an answer or meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them. That one's interesting because he, do you remember when he saw the lamppost? Or when you first see the lamppost, he says, yeah, Coda likes to put these in his games. I don't know why. And it turns out he was adding them. He is in the narrator.
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Yeah, the zombie animation is the default one. I thought I changed all of them to Pusheen, but apparently that one didn't get changed somehow. That's really sad, but you really can't push someone out of their comfort zone and not expect them to eventually lash out. Yeah, you notice it eventually. He starts talking about how his friend makes great games, and then it gradually gets to be more about the narrator, where it's like, well, made me feel so good to be helping him out, and, you know. Jesus, Cody, you could have tried asking him at the time. Well, I thought it was implied that he did, and it didn't work, or... These two had terrible communication. I like how twisted the narrator really is. I'll say a little bit more. I'll let this finish up, and then I'll say a little bit more. When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than me. So, like, presumably Coda was fine all this time, and the narrator was just, like, projecting on him. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling. I didn't miss one, did I? It doesn't look like it. And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. Now watch this. You open the door. And there's no way to open the other one. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. Well, there we go. Now there's no way to open the other one. Sorry.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again. Like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Damn it, I'm to get behind on the chat. Oh, I'm looking at the ceiling. Okay, hopefully I can get caught up with the chat really quick. Wow, who is the bad guy here?
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Okay. Hi, Sam Goody. Well, you showed up in an interesting time. There's no way you're gonna understand what this game's about if you're not already familiar with it. Damn, narrator code is going to kill you. Maybe narrator already killed Coda and he's having a breakdown. It sort of feels like Amadeus for some reason. The narrator is crazy. Yeah. That clock actually kind of reminds me of the street lamps. Where do I go? Oh, did I miss an open door? I probably did. Speaking of Silent Hill 4, now we've got a subway level. Technically Silent Hill 3 had that too, but Silent Hill 4 you like weave in and out of the subways. That's what it made me think of. Ooh. This would be a nice thing to travel in. What are nice comfy chairs. Come on.
Solution.
Pretty. Expecting the cast of Madagascar to appear in the station. Wonder with writing like this, how's the author able to tap in psychosis so easy? I know, I'm a little envious of people who can write like that.
If someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
It's really pretty. I like this area. This is kind of about parasocial relationships, too. I think he thought he and Coda were better friends than Coda did.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
I meant to look up what coda means before I played this. I know it's a word, I just don't remember what it means. This is cool, I don't know why, but I think this is really cool. It's like a really twisted parking garage. Ah, my hand. Ow.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
There's a lot of truth to that. We're gonna have to lock the butler in the fridge again. Oh. Coda means conclusion or end, thank you. Yeah, that's right. That sounds right. I knew what it meant at some point, but I'd forgotten. Soul Reaver vibes. Not really. Oh, thank you. thanks for looking up Coda for me, guys, unless you knew already. You sound like you're reading off of a dictionary or something. Yeah, that feels really appropriate if Coda means like the end of the story. That's something worth thinking about, like...
What now?
I wonder if there's meaning behind that name, like... Could be ironic because his games tend to not have an end.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for.
You sure do.
So I'm just gonna... Okay.
Narrator, come back, we need you! No, wait, that's what you want to hear. Tweeting something about unhealthy paranormal relationships, yeah. That's kind of funny timing there. Oh, that would have been funny. I'm not sure. Oh, when did I make that comment? Because that thing about parasocial relationships is something I think about once in a while, so I don't know. It could be because I had played this game and I was thinking about that. I don't remember if I posted that since last weekend or not. Did I miss anything important? If you just came in, yeah. You missed, like, nearly the whole game. And now we're in a desert. This last level is really interesting. It's like really intense in the beginning and then it feels more relaxed after a bit. I mean, it's all just walking around, but it's just the way it looks and the general mood. Thank you for keeping things in perspective. Not everybody does. Let's see. I seem to recall... do I want to go down there? I don't remember. Let me see what's over here first. Oh, you know what? I think I was supposed to go that way. Oh, it's just endless blue. I was thinking that was the ocean. Which, it kind of does look like the ocean in the sky, just the colors, but... it's just like a soft gradient. There's no surface of the water or anything. I'm just running around aimlessly, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, I gotta go down the hole. I don't know why I was thinking. I couldn't remember which thing. Oh, did I see it? Ha! There's a little... what do you call those? A little crack. There's a term for that. Artifacting? But I think there's another term for it. It's been a while since I worked for a video game company and learned all those terms. Oh, there's a floating box over there. Okay, wah! Dunk. Oh, I'm on an elevator. Okay. Relaxing desolation. Artifacting, yeah. Sure, being a long-time YouTuber, you've uncovered parasocial relationships before. Yeah. I've had people be a little bit inappropriate because they feel like they know me when they really don't. Most people are pretty cool, but... when two polygons don't meet properly as they should, yeah. Artifacting is one word, but I think there's another one for like that kind of artifact specifically. Long walk. Yep, I had to go an extra half an hour for this game. I thought that might happen. Oh, well, at least trying to play a game. Said I have 4 minutes. I shouldn't need more than that. Here we go. Here's where I sacrifice myself. No, clipping isn't the right term. You know me as someone with great videos and recipes. Thank you. Why do I want to move? Mostly because it's ridiculously expensive to live in California. I'm gonna... oops, I can't do anything right now. Sorry, this has gotten really loud, so I was gonna turn down the volume of the game, but... I'll just wait it out. Wow, that maze goes on forever. Pretty.
Turn back from this cave.
Turn this down a little bit on my end.
Said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles.
Oh, there we go. Suddenly I'm able to... Let me turn this down because it's getting loud.
So tired.
Okay.
But I know that you're strong.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how it ends.
So turn back.
See if I missed anything in the chat. Oh, why do I want to move? Oh, I think I answered that because it's ridiculously expensive in California. It's a little bit cheaper in Washington. Not as cheap as I'd like, but we are now in Hellbound, it seems. I'm surprised I didn't think to make that joke. I'm nice and I make cool videos. Thank you. I have 1 minute of playtime remaining. Well, I don't need it. Here, Lee. Play your damn game. Okay. I can move everything to the main computer and the main monitor, which I would prefer. Oh, Let me get all caught up. Seems like it's getting too expensive to live in general for a lot of people in the States. It's so true. Notice he doesn't mention Coda in that list. Yeah. As it goes on, it becomes less about Coda and more about him as he talks. Shame I came in here this late. Yeah. You missed an interesting one. This will go public on tomorrow. early tomorrow. It's like one of the first things I do on Sunday morning is I get my stream all ready to go public. Hooray! Agent 9's games are now available for you to play. Okay. I thought he wanted to play it. Decided not to? Whatever. Oh, you were talking about the credits when you said list. Well, for what it's worth, I'm pretty sure Coda isn't a real person. Glad you caught a little of the game. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Australia seems to be twice as expensive as the US. Wow. But you do get generous wages. Ah. The Phantom Panda demand. Hellraiser Kingdom. And where's Leviathan? Yeah, what was I going to say? I was going to say something about the game. Yeah, so that obviously isn't, I mean, there might be some truth in the story, but it's obviously, fiction, because, it would obviously be illegal, or at least very unethical for him to, like, put all of Coda's games into his own game and then sell it on, Steam. This game isn't free, so... So yeah, this game is obviously fictional, but I think it's really interesting, and it feels like something that definitely could happen. It sounds like he, met a person, thought they were really talented, and just kind of tried to leech off their talent. Simultaneously surreal and serene to watch. Yeah, it was intense. Yeah. I like the way the environments blended together. A descent into individual madness. Kind of waiting around to see if anyone has anything else to say about the game. It needs a sequel, The Beginner's Guide to Coda's Revenge. Yeah, I need to seek out some videos and... Carrot?
Is that what that is?
I need to look up some videos and stuff where I did read a little bit of I didn't read the TV tropes page for it. That's usually the first thing I do whenever I play a game or watch a show. I immediately go and check out the TV tropes page, but I didn't think of it for this one. And I think as soon as we're done here, I'm going to check out the TV tropes page for this game, because this is the kind of game where I would love to see people's opinions on it. It was short, it packed a lot. That's very true. Wonder if the creator had any input from people in the psychology world or just did a lot of research. Yeah, good point. It felt very real, didn't it? His breakdown. Parasocial is a new term. Yeah, when did I learn that? Who first? I think Lindsay Ellis did a video about parasocial relationships, and so did, oh crap, I can't think of her name or their name. Another YouTuber did too, I think. And did ContraPoints do one? I don't think so. It's interesting to watch what's going through their minds, yeah. Oh, thank you, Kalila. It's made by the same person as the Stanley Parable, yeah. Oh, thank you, Toaster. Yeah, I appreciate the donation and the kind words. I wish I could get more views on my videos, but I don't know. I feel like I've just kind of tanked my channel, and there might not be much I can do about it at this point. Unless I started a new one. Crap, I just sprayed Chloraseptic all over my face. Who wants toast? Okay, well, I feel like this is kind of winding down, so... Crumpets. I feel like this is kind of winding down, so I think I'll end it here. So, by the way, there's a, you know, with the lag, I always end up cutting off my streams before I finish talking, and that's completely by accident. I like to end it with "that's all for now, see you next time" or something, and it always, for some reason, it cuts off, and like I said, I guess it's because of the lag. Just don't want you guys to think I'm doing that on purpose for some reason. Ooh, blueberry pancakes, that sounds good. Yeah, I also wish I got more viewers, but... Okay, well, I think I'm going to wrap up here, and as always, I'm going to do my best to not shut off the stream before I'm finished talking, but the lag makes it difficult. Okay, Alexander, thanks for stopping by. Good night. Thanks, Jenny. Okay, let me get my thing in order so I can click the button. Yeah, it was fun. Reminded of several other games. Oh, thanks, Mr. Intelligence. Game seems like Stanley Parable sequel kind of thing. Yeah. Definitely kind of a mindfuck like the Stanley Parable.